Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmuckers Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmuckers Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Hebrew Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered testimony of the various prophets of the Old Testament. I did this because I grew up with the King James Version of the Bible and later found out that I'm actually related to him. So it's the family Bible all the way around. And when I started studying the Bible, I found the means to decipher the prophecy, which was simply just really a couple of verses in the book of Isaiah, because Isaiah says in the 6th chapter, "Who will put this in order for me?" Or, "Who will speak for me?" There's in another verse that says, "Who will put this in order for me?" And then there's another passage that says line by line, precept by precept, here a little bit, there a little bit. So I took these passages and I said, here's the key to the text. So I literally, longhand, wrote out all the prophecy passages from the Ketuvim, or prophetic verses, and you treated it like a jigsaw puzzle. I put it back together. But I did it line by line and precept by precept so that I came up with a 24 chapter book that foretells the events of 2020 and everything going forward from that. And of course, we are now into 2021, and just as the prophecy said, there is a sore destruction happening as we speak here in the United States of America. That sore destruction is the result of Donald J. Trump's presidency. He being the basis of men foretold in the prophecy. I believe it's in the book of Micah. But the prophecy foretells the presidency of a base and a base man who can tell no truth and who leads his followers into perdition, so to speak, where they destroy America, literally. And he does this also through the means of COVID-19, which is the consumption decreed upon the face of the earth, which overflows with righteousness, the righteousness being the Black Lives Matter movement. And the reason why I say that is because George Floyd's death is foretold in the prophecy. How dare you grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord. George Floyd died as a direct result of having his face ground into the cement. So, prophecy has been fulfilled up to this point where America is being destroyed by literally thousands of people dying every day from COVID-19. And Donald Trump has done absolutely nothing about that. And in fact, he and his followers have encouraged this sore destruction by not only just by claiming COVID as a hoax, refusing to wear masks, and by inviting the spread of the disease through these great big huge thousands upon thousands of people showing up at rallies. These are all super spreader events. And for every super spreader event since the pandemic began in the United States has been a direct result of Donald Trump's mandate that he wasn't going to wear a mask, and neither were his followers. Well, his followers are dying in droves and being carted off to prison for following him into illegal activity. Once a crook, always a crook. So now America stands on the brink of its self-destruction. It is happening, and there is nothing that can be done to stop it. All that we can really do is channel all of this energy into a peaceful resolution. Because if we do not find a way to turn this peaceful Donald Trump, his people are going to create a bloodbath. We fortunately avoided the bloodbath on the 6th, and I'm hoping that we can avoid any bloodbath aside from the COVID-19 deaths. And that could be done if we all switch gears. First of all, the Black Lives Matter people need to just hang back and let this play out. And the Trumpsters, whatever you want to call yourselves, you need to decide: are you a white supremacist, or are you just a poor person? Because 3/4 of the people in Trump's movement are there because of financial burdens in one form or another. These are the poor white people, the people who are borderline poor, who are lower middle class, who have been subject to poverty since COVID-19. These are the people that were in the streets in Washington on the 6th of January. They followed the wrong person. They need to remember that there is peace and unity in the world. Donald Trump is not the only person that you can follow. In fact, I've stepped forward to say, here, follow me, because I'm backed by the most powerful beings known to the earth, the Grey. And they have the means and the ability to help us make sure that this comes out right. It's like Donald Trump says, "Oh, I love you. You're so special. I understand your pain." No, he doesn't. That's a bold-faced lie. He doesn't understand what it feels like to have bills in your hand and know that you can't pay them all. Anytime he comes up with that scenario, he goes to court and fights it. We don't have the luxury to go to court, do we? We have bills in hands that can't be paid, and that's right now. And that is for the foreseeable future. That is the true underlying foundations of the Trump movement, is economics. He lied to them, he cheated them, he stole from them, and they followed him to hell. But you don't have to. There is a better way. Remember, peace first. Don't go into the streets and scream bloody murder and cause bloody murder like what happened on the 6th. There's a better way. If we look to history and we look upon the face of the earth, we can see that there is a better way. Think about Mahatma Gandhi and what he did in India. In India, he got all of the people, the true laborers, the true workforce of the nation, to go into the streets and protest, just like you guys are doing. But that was a bloody protest. The English did not go quietly into the sunset. They went down kicking and screaming, and they killed a lot of people. And we want to avoid that. So, I propose stop going into the streets in the cities. The cities are only places where bad things happen. Instead of having 50 separate rallies in 50 separate cities, let's have one big rally out in the middle of nowhere, and let's show them our true power, because we're the workforce of America. We're the people who actually do the jobs. Now, of course, there are no jobs right now. We got absolutely nothing. Oh, $2,000 in one lump sum. Boy, that's going to go a long way for the next year. But we can take that $2,000 and we can survive this for a little while, till spring comes. Because come spring, the earth itself will provide for us people. We don't need money. We don't need politics. We don't need Trumpers. Or we don't need Trump. We don't need one percenters to pretend to give a fuck about us, because they don't. So take it from a poor person. There's a better way. Let's take our one shining thing that we have in common with everybody else who's in the streets protesting last year. Poverty. Poverty's the real problem. And poverty boils down to money. And money boils down to labor. So, why don't we just, since we don't have a job anyway, why don't we go create our own jobs? Why don't we take a Mahatma Gandhi's example and let's go on strike? But instead of being in 50 cities scattered out everywhere, let's do it all together. Let's go camping. That's what the prophecy says that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to go camping. And I have determined that that is our best course of action for a peaceful resolution and an end to our suffering. And let me explain to you why. There is archaeological evidence of a planet-wide government system called the Temple Complex that housed guild-like organizations that distributed labor through the society. And I want to reinstitute that on a Minecraft basis. I want to go camping. All we need, really, seriously, all we need is some groceries, some fresh fruits and vegetables, and a camp out. We camp out, we quarantine in our camps. We make little compounds for each family unit in our camp out so that we can quarantine ourselves and and kill COVID. We wear masks if we have to leave our compound. We take the part that we don't eat of our vegetables and the seeds from our fruit, and we plant them. You can go on the internet. You can go on YouTube and find the means to do so. How to do that? They explain it. So we can plant our own vegetables from the produce department of the grocery store. And in as little as 10 days, we can have edible vegetables that we can grow. So we can grow a bunch of vegetables, eat the baby stuff while the rest of it grows, and then by the end of that first harvest, we will have the necessary means to grow a perpetual garden. So let's go camping. Let's go to the produce department. Let's buy us a few vegetables with what little money that they are giving us, and let's go camping and let's grow our own food. And since we don't have any jobs, and we all need jobs, let's create a society where everybody has a job. Let's make a job the right of birth. If you're born, you have the right to work. And no moneymonger has the right to tell you you can't. There's always work to be done. And if we organize ourselves in a temple complex organization like the ancients did, we can have a sustainable society that does not allow for people to suffer. And if we don't allow people to suffer, we will have a just society that knows no suffering. So instead of having a bloodbath in the coming months, let's prepare to go camping instead. May the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it, and make that your guild choice when we go camping. It'll make you happy. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know I wrote the books. My name is Zion. I am the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, and I love you way too much to ever say goodbye, so I'm going to say later now.